5.9 million women investors hold 14 million folios. The mutual fund industry AUM is around 40 trillion, of which roughly 50% is from institutions, which is remaining individuals making around 20 trillion. On that, around 4.5 trillion is a significant 25% close to. 25,000 crore was made during 2021 by women investors through systematic investment plans and 1.6 trillion rupees via lump sum purchases. Millennial women making up 30% of this base is another great positive indication, as they have another 30 years of investing ahead of them. Great achievement, women folk. Hi, this is Babu Arunachalam from Unboxing Personal Finance. Thanks for being here. We in this channel are focusing on content that should help you as an investor take informed decisions regarding your personal finance. Please do subscribe to the channel, like, share, and comment so that we can reach more of you. Thanks, and let's get into the video straight. Welcome to this special session on the occasion of International Women's Day. Thanks a bunch to all our women investors and their families who made this session possible with their inputs. Whom do you think of when you think of the gods of prosperity? In India, we talk about Lakshmi. In Greek, they talk about Fortuna. And then in Rome, they talk about Abundantia. So it's all the women goddesses who are responsible for prosperity. So naturally, women are the natural CFO of even the family unit, right? They are natural savers, multitaskers, right? Look at the various role a woman plays, like in a family, like as a mother, as a spouse, and as she grows up into a grandmother, all in great roles, responsible roles. There are natural savers. They're disciplined. They stick to a plan. They're very good in mental mapping of goals like kids' education or retirement, and they stay invested to the purpose. And women also, we know that they typically live longer than men. So when you make a retirement plan, that has to be factored in, right? Some women have some numerophobia, like they don't like numbers. But I think once they are like getting into the onboarding properly, they will definitely overcome this, and the numbers speak for themselves, right? 25% of the retail AUM is from women in mutual fund industries, so definitely they have been overcoming the numerophobia. And career breaks, women are known to have career breaks during the like when they have a child and in the initial years of the child, and also many women take some breaks when their children go to some higher classes, board exams and all these things. So if you look at the famous M curve, the working career of men is relatively stable, whereas women do have career breaks. So when you talk about personal finance, so like they've been asking, like how does women take care of her personal finance wealth creation journey, considering there are career breaks. Of course, the rule is simple, like you need to do save as much as possible when you're on working, and definitely you can do a good job in savings. And there is one special act called Married Women's Property Act, which protects the women beneficiaries from the business debt or liabilities of the like spouses. So that can be looked into. And there are some single women, even they want to be single, or they become single women at a later stage or something like that. But so if they don't have any dependents, like they may ask like whether they require insurance and all these things. I mean, if they don't have any financial dependence or something, it's individual call. But if you want to leave some estate for the charity or some person whom you want to bequeath your wealth, then probably you can consider insurance and all stuff. And yeah, word about living will. We know will, but living will is something like suppose there is someone, and they fall sick and they are not in their senses to take care of themselves. So they can write saying that how they need to be tended to when they are not in their senses. I'm not sure whether the courts here will respect the living will, but it's a concept in estate planning. And coming to newlywed and as they marriage advances into having kids, like when they have kids, school going, college, and all these things. See, initially, many women ask, like immediately after marriage, should the beneficiaries, for example, in their insurance policies and all, should be changed? It's not an easy question. It's not a one answer for everyone. But what I would say is, initial still until such time we plan to have a child or something like that, or at least for the initial few years, your bond as and when your bond gets strengthened between the spouses, you can retain the beneficiaries, existing beneficiaries, and when there is more confidence with each other, you can definitely go ahead and change the beneficiaries to your respective spouses. And the post-marriage, please do review your insurance coverage and take adequate life insurance, health insurance, and all other insurance wherever required. And normally, once after marriage, like there is in case of working couple, like who spends, who saves. These are all normal questions, which is better to directly talk to each other and then take some action on that. Who will spend for the daily, monthly utilities and all these things, or who will spend for an vacation? So who is going to contribute to the saving plan, like whether it's a retirement plan or whether it is something for buying a car or buying a house, and who is going to take a loan, whether it will be a combined loan. So whether you will get into a joint bank account for managing all these things, or will maintain your individual bank account. So these are all the points. It's best done when you're discussing with each other, and then probably if need be, you can even talk to your financial advisor, distributor, whomever you're taking help from. And sometimes we feel we come across like one of the spouses may be risk takers, the other may be risk averse. So once again, so probably then you can even divide the investments and according to your risk taking capabilities, like for example, more safer plans can be taken by the risk averse spouse, and then naturally the riskier ones can be taken by the other spouse. So joint strategy is very, very important, and it is best done immediately after marriage. After sometimes you get time to talk about all these things and accordingly plan. So we have also seen some big financial secrets can ruin a marriage, right? So after all, it's like the spouses should discuss about all the financial stuff. And suppose if you have high cost loan, a credit card loan or something like that, please talk it out and discuss about how we are going to reduce that debt. Otherwise, it can snowball into a bigger liability later. And kindly do take care of your CIBIL scores, both the spouses, and maintain a healthy CIBIL score. Here, I'm trying to give you an action plan. Like, so step one, somebody asked, which is the right time to start? The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is now, as per the Chinese proverb. So don't delay. First step is complete your risk profile. Set up an emergency fund with minimum of 6 months expenses. Take adequate insurance, term, personal accident, health, cover your assets, and all these things. And step two, assess the financial goals, including kids' higher education, retirement, or you may have any other specific goals, maybe having a startup or your own, or buying a home, whatever it is. So identify the goals and assess the goals and estimate how much is the requirement, and then decide the asset allocation based on the goals and time horizon for each such goals, and then start and complete all the investments. Create and share family must know document. So see, you should have a record which you should share with the family about whatever all the investments and all these things. So make a bill. Don't obsess over daily market performance. It doesn't really matter in the long term. And do not forget to reduce equities in long term, as we discussed before. So Voltaire said, don't let the perfect be the enemy of good. So don't wait for the best portfolio. Start earnestly and definitely you will do well. If one is serious, all these steps can be completed. Completed means you can start within a month. Remember, improvement is a lifelong process. So, who is a smart investor? Every investor is a novice when he starts, right? And then he goes through various stages as an average investor, and then a good investor, and a great investor. So, gaining knowledge is easy. So, once you have the interest, and then gaining experience definitely takes time, and deliberate practice definitely takes real commitment. So, these are the stages, and one who goes through all these definitely will be a great investor. Remember, that what is a perfect portfolio is the one which lets you sleep well, stay happy and healthy. I have a request. Take a pledge to spread financial awareness, starting with your household. See, if you help them to do the proper documentation, just start a small SIP or whatever. I mean, you think fit for them, maybe a RD, or depending upon whatever they think. Definitely, that will go a long way in their financial life. Maybe your driver or house help. These are the resources which I wanted to share with you. See, the National Center for Financial Education has come out with the Financial Education Handbook, which I'll give you the link in the description box. It's very useful. This is what I said. Educate yourself about personal finance and also um, inculcate money skills to your children. Again, here NCFE has got a wonderful tool for children also. Make use of it. And then you have pension calculator from National Pension Trust, NPS Trust, which I have shared the same. And there is a retirement drawdown calculator which you will find it useful. And I was talking about MFCentral. I've given the link where you can go in here and track all your mutual funds. Right. Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.